23 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Sarah Macaluso. Jabari Pruitt is on assignment, and there's a lot happening across West Alabama today. Priscilla Estrada will bring us a look at what city council members are expecting from tomorrow's annual legislative breakfast. Plus, meteorologist Peter Crank will take a look at the forecast for the week ahead, including some possible severe weather. But first, a crime spree this morning that went into 3 cities and involved 2 kidnappings and has law enforcement across Central and West Alabama on the hunt. More in tonight's top story. It began this morning at the Microtel in Tuscaloosa, where officials say 2 suspects, a man and a woman, kidnapped the night manager and robbed the business at around 7 a.m. From there, the couple made their way to a McDonald's in Hoover with the manager still in tow. They then attempted to rob a McDonald's employee, but she ran. The couple then dropped the manager off at a Vestavia Hills apartment complex before fleeing the scene. And after that, police responded to a home invasion in Vestavia where they discovered the homeowner missing. She was robbed of her car and kidnapped in front of her husband. Later, she was dropped off at Grandview Medical Center. This incident has left neighbors shaken.
I don't know anything else I can do except depend on the police force. We have done everything we know to do. There's too much of this going on.
The couple is still on the loose and considered armed and dangerous. The suspects are Blake Fitzgerald and Brittany Harper, both 31. Both are facing 1 count of first-degree kidnapping and theft of property. Fitzgerald also faces 1 count of burglary in the first degree. No bond has been set on these charges. The suspects may be seen driving a 2010 silver Ford Edge with the tag number 2720AG7. And if you have any knowledge or have seen the 2 suspects, you are asked to contact your local police or Vestavia Hills Police at 205-823-1153. Tuscaloosa legislators will get to hear the city's wish list in tomorrow's annual legislative breakfast. WVUA 23's Priscilla Estrada is standing by with more. Priscilla?
Sarah, tomorrow Mayor Walt Maddox is expected to stress some top priorities the City Council has. The legislative breakfast urges the 9 members who represent portions of Tuscaloosa to support or oppose specific items of legislation. Some of the top priorities in the city's wish list are things like eliminating unfunded mandates from the state and ensuring the state's road departments fulfill its financial commitments. I spoke with District 7 Councilwoman Sonia McKinstry on the phone today over what she wants to hear.
For me, I know one of the guidance and what I was looking for was regarding the minimum wage increases. That was one of the things that we definitely wanted to see guidance from the legislation support.
The city's annual legislative breakfast is set for 7:30 tomorrow morning at the Tuscaloosa River Market. Live tonight, I'm Priscilla Estrada, WVUA 23 News.
Thank you, Priscilla. The University of Alabama is taking steps towards promoting diversity on campus. WVUA 23's Tiana Jenkins has more.
The group We Are Done has been demanding diversity on campus for a while and has now influenced the university to open up a diversity center. The Intercultural Diversity Center will open up tomorrow at 6 p.m. The center will be located on the first floor of the Riverside Community Center. It will be a place where students can come together of all nationalities and learn from each other. Members of We Are Done are excited about the opening.
I think it's fantastic because it's going to allow a lot of really hard conversations about things like race, privilege, sexual assault to take place in a really safe and welcoming environment for all.
Bennett also says that this center means something bigger for the university.
It means that the university is committing to progress in a really positive way, and I appreciate the work that the students and the faculty and staff and administrators have been able to do and to come together in pursuit of this goal.
We Are Done encourages everyone to stop by the center and see what it has to offer. The center is one of the many goals that the group has.
It's been, months of a lot of hard work and negotiations, and I'm glad that we've all come to a place where we can agree on that this is a very important thing for our university and the community.
For more information on the center, follow the We Are Done Facebook page at facebook.com/wearedonea. For WVUA 23 News, I'm Tiana Jenkins.
The center hours will be Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. On Saturdays, it will be open noon until 4, and Sunday, it will be open by request. And now let's get a first look at your forecast. WVUA 23's Peter Crank joins us now to do just that. Peter, how's it looking out there?
Well, Sarah, we've had a great weekend, lots of warm conditions and a good amount of sunshine out there. And we're going to see that warm air continue into the day tomorrow. This afternoon, we hit 74 as the official high. It was 72 up in Birmingham and 75 in Dothan, or in Montgomery, 71 down in Dothan. So again, very warm conditions for us here in Alabama. And that'll continue into the day tomorrow. We are looking at a few more clouds moving into the area, and there are a few showers off to our north and west. We may see a few showers moving in during the morning hours tomorrow, but overall, we're just going to be dealing with warm air on the way for us. Sarah?
Thanks a lot, Peter. With wedding season right around the corner, it's important for soon-to-be brides to start preparing. The Hotel Capstone and iHeartMedia came together to host the 13th annual Classic Bridal Show today. This year's theme was Seasons of Love. Over 60 local vendors came out and showcased what they have to offer, from photography to decorations, entertainment, and more.
It's a great way for our community's vendors to get together and build a relationship with each other, because we work so well and so closely together, especially with new businesses coming into town. You get to know one another, and I think it's a great way for brides to come in and they can get one-stop shopping for all of their vendors.
The timing of the expo couldn't be better, with wedding season on its way. According to wedding statistics in the United States, 2.3 million couples wed every year in the U.S., around 6,200 weddings a day. The average age of a bride in the U.S. is 25.3 and a groom is 26.9. June is the most popular month for weddings, then August, followed by September and October. $72 billion per year is spent on weddings. In news around the state tonight, a single vehicle crash claimed the life of a Forkland man in the early hours of the morning. Carl Fitzgerald Johnson, 25, was killed when the 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass he was driving left the roadway and struck a tree. Johnson was pronounced dead at the scene. The crash occurred on US 43 near the 107-mile marker. According to investigators, alcohol may have been a factor in the crash. Alabama state troopers are continuing to investigate. Remington Outdoor has exceeded expectations at their new Advanced Manufacturing and Research and Development Center. The firearm maker had 324 employees as of August 31st, with an average hourly wage nearly $10 higher. Remington must create at least 280 full-time positions by February 28th, and Remington is still hiring production team members through AIDT. Republican Chris Blackshear has claimed a vacant seat in the Alabama House without an election. Blackshear filled the position Friday after Democrats failed to qualify a candidate for the seat. Longtime legislator Leslie Vance, who died in November, was the last to hold the position. Blackshear will serve on the county and municipal government, financial services, and insurance committees. House Speaker Mike Hubbard of Auburn says Blackshear has diverse experience in financial services, radio broadcasting, and public service. And still to come on WVUA 23 News at 10, both the Democratic and Republican candidates are getting ready for the big Iowa caucus that kicks off tomorrow. We have the details. And we'll take back a look at this week in news across Tuscaloosa. You won't want to miss it. Yeah. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. I'll pull it up a little bit higher. Oh, this is close. Mm-hmm. From tragic deaths to concerned town meetings, this week has been full of emotions. WVUA 23's Priscilla Estrada has this week in review.
She was an awesome, loving friend that cared, was very energetic, always smiling.
Family and friends are mourning the loss of 15-year-old Ariel Backstrom. Ariel was a 10th grader and a majorette at Northridge High School. She was killed in a car accident on Rice Mine Loop after the car she was riding in collided with a Mercedes SUV traveling in the opposite direction. And longtime Tuscaloosa County Commissioner Bobby Miller has passed away.
There wasn't a problem that came along that Bobby didn't think that he could solve. He was a hard charger, really a type A personality. He was a mover and shaker in county government.
Miller won his first term on the Tuscaloosa County Commission back in 1977. He's been representing District 3 for 38 years. Miller was 75 years old. And some Tuscaloosa residents voiced their concerns at a meeting this week about portions of a plan that they feel is a slight at certain area schools like Central and Oakdale Elementaries, asking why these schools aren't slated for a consolidation and a new building like other area elementary schools.
This community is just as much deserving of a brand new school as Rock Quarry. Eastwood Middle is going to get a brand new athletic complex, and we're not getting anything over here, nothing.
10 years and 6 deadly accidents later, the Alabama Department of Transportation held a meeting in Northport to discuss the controversial intersection of Sam Sutton Road and Highway 82. This meeting was intended to be a forum for suggestions about how to make the intersection safer.
Our objective is that no one else get killed on that stretch of Highway 82.
And you can stay connected with all these stories and more on WVUA23.com. In news around the nation, it's down to the wire with the Iowa caucus a day away, and presidential candidates are making a final push to get out in front of voters. Steve Naness reports.
This is your record crowd.
Iowa offers only a small contingent of the delegates who will determine the presidential nominees, but a win would greatly increase momentum leading into the New Hampshire primary. A recent poll by the Des Moines Register and Bloomberg shows the Iowa choice for Democratic nominee among likely caucus goers is Hillary Clinton with 45% of the vote.
We've run a terrific campaign from the grassroots up. Of course, it's close, it's competitive. That's why I hope everybody who has decided to caucus for me will be sure to come out on Monday night.
Senator Sanders not far behind with 42%.
When we started this campaign here in Iowa, we were 50 or 60 points behind Secretary Clinton. We have come a long, long way. So I think if the turnout is high, Jake, I think we got a real shot to win this.
Donald Trump is leading the polls as the Iowa choice for Republican nominee. Surprisingly enough, he wasn't much of a target Sunday. Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio were going after each other.
When Marco ran in Florida, he promised the men and women of Florida he would lead the fight against amnesty. In Texas, I promised the men and women of Texas I would lead the fight against amnesty. When we got to Washington, he and I made very different decisions. A vote for Marco is a vote for amnesty.
The two clashed over immigration during Thursday's debate, and while speaking on the road with CNN's Jake Tapper, the argument still hasn't died down.
I've tried to fix a problem that's a very serious issue in Texas and in Florida, and it's a hard issue. And clearly, we're not going to be able to do it comprehensively, and we're not going to be able to do it until we first enforce our immigration laws. But I don't support amnesty.
In Des Moines, Iowa, I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
With election season about to be underway in Iowa, Alabama primaries are right around the corner. The state primaries are March 1st, with the last day to register being just 14 days before the election on February 16th. Voters can also send in an absentee ballot if they are unable to make it to the polls on Election Day. Voters are encouraged to make sure they know where to vote, as different counties have different voting locations.
And when we get back from the break, I'll have the details on the workweek forecast, and I'll break down that chance for storms on Tuesday. Stick around, we'll be right back.